Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and this is my friend Rocky.
I am Rocky.
Don't be so serious. So today we're going to talk about the question I asked my mom from my previous video, and to see how does he respond. Okay.
Just a bit about my background. I'm born in Australia. I come from a town in Australia, a rural town of about 8,000 people, and yeah, my upbringing has been well, purely kind of traditional Australian upbringing.
Yes, I found like there are 5 most common things they say about Chinese people. Is the first one, they think Chinese people eat cats or dogs. What do you think about that?
I think there's a lot of different cultures that eat dogs, and it's not.
Do you think I'm eating dogs?
I don't think you probably eaten a dog. You might have. I'm not sure, but I doubt it.
No, I don't
think
eat
it's.
dogs.
I think it's specific regions that are interested in that sort of thing.
I did some research online, and from like 1959 to 1961, because there are 3 years of Chinese people being starving, like they eat everything. My mom also eat tree skins, I think, or stuff like that to be not starved to death. That's
like
probably
she ate bark from a tree.
yes, like the the surface of the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably why people don't have much food to eat, so they eat it.
Yeah, I'm sure if anyone's hungry enough, they will eat just basically anything. Yeah.
And some people may still eat it nowadays, but I don't think like most Chinese people eat it. And all my friends, I know we don't eat dogs or cats. Well, let's move on to the second one. The second one is they said Chinese parents force their kids to achieve a very high mark. So, like when they lost 1 point, their parents would, why did you lose this 1 point and what happened and stuff like that.
Well, I think that's pretty true in a lot of cases, but it's obviously not across the board true. But I know a few people who that has been the case for, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, because the role as a parent is to prepare your child for the world and make them as successful as possible. So I don't think that's a bad thing.
Do you think my parents will force me to achieve high schools?
I think they'll incentivize you not to, or to do so, sorry.
My parents doesn't care much.
Yeah. Well, so if you decided to drop out of university right now and say to your parents that you wanted to become a surfer, what would their response be?
Yeah, they will go crazy.
With that, they just want what's best for you.
Yeah, exactly. So do you think most Australian parents or some Australian parents will force their kids to achieve a high school?
Yeah. I went to school with a lot of, when they were in school, they were probably the most stressed out of everyone, the ones that I'm thinking about specifically, because if they didn't do well on a test or an exam or whatever, they would, like, you could see the fear in their eyes.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like,
and some of them would cry and like
so
carrying on. Yeah, so stressed because they just didn't want to like disappoint their parents, I guess.
So pretty much it happens everywhere, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly.
As long as their parents have the very high expectation from their kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. The next question is, nowadays there are lots of international Chinese students, right? Doesn't matter in Australia, Canada, America, or Britain, or some European countries as well, right?
Yeah.
Like many Chinese kids nowadays are like a rich second generation. Do you find out it's happening? Like, is it real?
I feel like there is, because China has definitely gone through a massive economic boom, and in such a short span of time. So you will get a lot of, students coming in and taking advantage of it, because as we said before, when you have children and you're wealthy, wealthy enough, then you're going to want what's best for your kids, or at least you should. And that often involves sending them to better schools and that sort of thing. So, yeah.
It's like not just one question. It's about the personality of like Chinese people. It's like when they're in class, they are very quiet, and when they first met an English speaker, they got very nervous.
Yeah, my experience with a lot of Chinese people. But I think it's probably because they're shy and because it's not their native language. They're probably just less confident in being able to interact. And then there's the difference in culture as well. Like, what's acceptable in one person's culture may not be accepted in another, and that can be a bit intimidating for some Chinese people, I believe.
Probably because our personality or like our culture, background and history make us who we are. Like, we are very shy. Doesn't matter if you're English speaker or you are Chinese.
But you're a good example of somebody who's not so shy when it comes to
Socializing?
Yeah, socializing, I think.
Okay. Even I met my Chinese friends at the first time, I will be quiet as well. After like maybe drinking or playing games or talking, I will get more familiar with them. I will talk more.
Yeah.
I think it also happen here. Like when you meet new friends, do you also like be quiet a little bit at first time?
Yeah, depends. Like if I feel a bit intimidated or something, I can, or if I feel like I don't belong.
Another one, they feel like Chinese people only hang out with Chinese people, and do you find out it's a thing?
I find it's definitely a thing.
I think probably because we all came from the same place, that's why we feel like we're connected. If you find a guy from your hometown, you probably feel like you're connected to them as well, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Share the same background, same language, make us more easier to communicate. That's probably why. Before knowing me and after knowing me, you have like huge change about thinking those things.
About Chinese people?
Yes.
I would say that through knowing you, my mind has been opened more to, I guess, the whole idea of a Chinese person's pride for their country. I certainly have seen that maybe in you, you are prouder to be a Chinese person than I've ever seen someone prouder to be an Australian person.
First time, do you feel like I'm nervous and quiet the first time we met?
Not so much. Like, yes, you were, but not as much as I would say I've experienced other Chinese people initially.
Also, like, there are also some stereotypes things about Australia or Australian people.
And they're all true.
Really? No. So, all my friends ask me, ever since you came to Australia, do you see lots of spider and insects? I was like, no, actually. But I do see lots of flies in the countryside or around the bushes. That's all. So I think you cannot believe what people say or
no, people tend to exaggerate as well.
Yes.
There aren't snakes everywhere that are going to kill you here.
Yes, they're not.
We do not put shrimp on the barbie here. We put prawns. Well,
I think shrimp and prawn are the same.
They're the same thing, but no one calls them shrimp in Australia.
Yeah, I know. That's one weird thing I found out. Oh, another one. It's like a very countryside in Australia. I found out it's all the same. They have big city, Melbourne or Sydney, right? So it's pretty much similar. Like in Canada, Toronto and Vancouver, I will make the conclusion. Just no matter where you came from, I think don't believe whatever people say before you met actual people, or even though you may met like one worst out of like 100 Chinese people, but they don't represent their own country. Like, yeah, that's the conclusion. Like, people shouldn't like judge people before even met them. No matter where you came from, it's all the same. As long as you just try to fit in Australia culture. Like, if you're going to China, you probably will try to fit in Chinese culture.
Definitely.
And for us, what we can do when you visit China is we keep ourselves open-minded, and same as Australia or our other countries to accept the new tourists,
Sure.
students or immigrants, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much covers everything, and thanks for Rocky to help me shoot this video.
Not a problem, Mario. Anytime.
Thank you so much. So, should I say it?
Yeah, like say, hey guys, welcome to my channel.
Are you wearing makeup?
Yes, I am.
I can tell.
Can you tell?
I can't.
I can.